When you was in school, was you able to buy a lunch, or was your parents able to pay for it? If not, did the school like publicly shame you or take away your lunch or other things so you couldn't eat a lunch? Would you be happy if we was able to stop that entirely so no other kid or anybody's kid has to experience that sort of thing? We've all been in a lunchroom and we've all ate lunch at school. We have also all, or some of us at least, have probably saw another student get his lunch thrown away, get either a peanut butter jelly sandwich instead, or just not be able to eat at all because of debt, either from his parents not wanting to pay or just from parents not being able to pay, but they are outside the range of a free or reduced lunch policy. I think Crystal Fitzsimmons of NBC News on October 19th of this year puts it best by saying, "Make no mistake, subjecting students to embarrassment because of a lack of funds to pay for school lunch is very much always unacceptable. People could be greatly benefited by this information so they can take a stand for either their children or their future children or children in general in the U.S. Children in schools are sad and depressed because they are being publicly shamed from their fellow classmates about what's going on and that they can't pay for lunch, and that is unacceptable. The first thing I'll talk about is the problem in more details, and then I'll go into the causes, or the probable causes of the problem, and I'll propose a couple solutions that can hopefully fix it in this problem. Start with go into depth of what happens with the lunch shaming. Children shouldn't be held accountable for parents' choices and actions, but that's the case of school lunches in most cases. They are being held accountable. As Zachary Wolf of CNN said on May 12th of this year, in Rhode Island, the district planned to serve separate lunches to kids having debt. In Minnesota, students with lunch debt in the high school were going to be kept away from their entire graduation ceremony because of this lunch debt. Children should not be humiliated in this way whatsoever. They are being treated wrongly by many reasons, and some of it could be their parents' fault, but the children themselves are being punished for it. Now I'll talk about what the causes of this struggle situation is. The causes of lunch shaming primarily come from children not paying for the amount required by the school for their lunch. K.S. Choi of AP News in May 16th of this year said, "Reasons for unpaid lunch can vary. Some families struggle to have their ends meet, even if they're not eligible for a free or reduced lunch. Others may feel like there is a stigma to applying for this free or reduced lunch, and therefore do not want to do it to either not to seem poor or some other reason." Another probable cause of this problem came from a solution that was originally formed. Nadra Nil of Eater on May 22nd of this year states it best by saying they couldn't run in the red anymore, talking about the districts, because districts can no longer cover the debt. So we saw a surge in a la carte foods and competitive foods like pop, candy, and even like stuff like Taco Bell or Pizza Hut to cover the debts so it would help make ends meet. But then parents started asking for bans of these competitive, unhealthy foods, which when they were banned, the school could no longer cover the shortfalls of the debt. Now that I've educated you on the probable causes of lunch shaming, I'm going to share with you some possible solutions to hopefully end this entirely. One solution that can help is explained pretty well by Paul Morello of Feeling America on September 14th of this year by him saying, "Telling your friends and family about the importance of the program and supporting local initiatives to keep them strong will help your family and friends and people get ready to change the school's decision." Another solution is the backing of a current House bill that's in the works that currently thought about. Frack Chat said explains part of the bill pretty well by explaining one of the requirements of the bill, which is Schools should serve students a meal that meets U.S. Department of Agriculture guidelines, regardless of whether the student has money to pay or owes money. Schools may not throw away a meal if the student has been already served the meal, and just because the student does not have the money or owes money. And this is good. If this passes, then there be that part of the bill will be good. No student would have to have everyone throw in front of them, and they're very much guaranteed a meal which kids need. In conclusion, we need to start thinking about what future generations, if we want them to really deal with this sort of thing, or if we really need to end this. I hope this information has informed you about the wrongdoing of some of the U.S. schools. I hope you let your fellow family and friends know so we finally stop this from happening. Lunch shaming is a very bad thing that needs to end, and needs to end fast. A growing child should not be withheld of food given to them, and they should not be publicly shamed in their lunchroom in front of their classmates because they are not able to afford a lunch. Lunch is a good thing that children need. As Monica Hemphis of National Swell on August 14th of this year said, students need to be fed nutritious meals. Pat Haver said also, in our view, schools' meals are just as important as learning, as textbooks, and as pencils and papers. And it needs to be given to students, and kids should be able to eat the food.